at home like everyone else. But for me, this time was very, very important. Like, I think I needed this time out.
Yeah.
Of course, not in this way.
Yeah.
But I've been, thanks to you, I've been like eating some of your goodies. Which, okay, I ate an entire cake. If that is something
It's
I must
allowed.
like, confess.
Yeah.
I ate an entire cake of yours. So that was probably one of my crazy cheat meals. And I've never actually eaten an entire cake, but with your cake, it was worth every bite.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. You're very kind. So for the longest time, we used to think the toughest question was Katappa ne Bahubali ko kyun mara? Okay, so obviously now the toughest question is when will this lockdown end? So is there any like tough question you've been dealing with right now, and have you found an answer? So is there something like serious you're feeling it's too hectic or anything?
No,
Or
I
you're
mean,
kind of
no. I guess the issue is way bigger than any answer that we can give.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I hope sooner than we can imagine because it doesn't look like anytime soon.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing
Fingers
it'll get
crossed.
eased out. It'll get eased out for sure.
Yeah.
In due course. But how much time and how long, God alone knows. But
No, I agree with you. So tell me, your
you were the
Instagram.
busiest, I think. You were the busiest person that I know.
I'm trying to be because I really just want to keep my spirits up. But even I have my low days, very honestly, and maybe primarily one of the other reasons I kind of started Happiness Project was to kick up my spirit as well and stay on like the positive track. So tell me, like your Instagram, like bio says you're the occasional poet. So have you written anything in this lockdown?
The thing is, I every time I take my like my book and my pen because I like actually write. Like I take a pen.
Yeah.
I'm like a little old school, so I sit and write. And I have not been able to get to doing that, but I think I'm just in the process of floating. This is what I'm taking this time out for, and I know there's a lot of pressure on even making this time productive. I don't know why, but a lot of people are like, "Hey, what are you doing? Are you like achieving something out of this lockdown?" You know, like that itself is another kind of pressure. I do occasionally write. I don't write poetry or anything, but I've been writing whatever like I feel like.
Yeah.
Also, somewhat even sometimes just venting, like journaling was something I started when I was a young girl, and I do it even now. And I'm enjoying doing that because I don't know if we'll ever get this kind of a time again with ourselves.
Yeah. And I can imagine it must be also quite therapeutic to just kind of let it out and put it in a nice, like in your own way, within sort of a private space, so to have that sort of release as well during this time.
What's even more funny is what I've been doing is I've been reading my old journals. So what at that time seemed like the most like difficult part of my life was like I'm like ये क्या लिखा था ये kind of problems.
Is there like a funny one that you remember, like from what you read in the past? Is there anything funny you remember that you?
So I think most of my times when I attempt to write my diary starts with I am so confused.
I think we all are. Yeah, that's common. It's a common sort of shared feeling amongst everybody right now as well.
I mean, I've been confused since 2005. Hell, so nothing seems to change.
But you're doing really well in the confusion, I must say. And tell me right now, like I know you're living at home, you're in Mumbai. So currently, who all are living with you at home?
So I live with my folks. I live with my parents. I have a puppy, Pebbles.
Yeah.
So the Yoda project is something that I'm glad you've taken up. And how is Max doing? I know Max is...
Max is good. He does think that all of us are unemployed. So he has been getting this vibe because suddenly everyone is at home. So he has been wondering like what's been happening with his, usual drives. Why aren't we taking him out as much? And why is it that we're just sitting at home? So does Pebbles also kind of feel this way where she's like, dude, what's happening? Why are you at home all the time? This is like the most I've seen of you.
I think he's quite like he loves to snuggle and like just like always be touchy. So he like sits with either mom, dad or me all day long and he gets belly rubs and that's basically his favorite thing to do. But a little trivia that I'd like to give you, I don't know if you also know about it, but I got Pebbles during entertainment which
Oh,
was
lovely.
when I was working under your father's production house, and it was after I had met the dog on set, and I had met Max.
Yeah.
And it was that phase where I had really
you were like, I
forced my
must have a
parents.
pet. Yeah.
Yeah, I had forced my parents. I mean, they always knew I wanted a puppy, but like they never kind of got to doing it. But when I was working on entertainment, I was like, I'm going to get it this time.
Okay,
I
so
threw
guys,
a little bit of a fit.
So you all know now how much we love Pebbles and Max. So please do support our Yoda campaign. The link's in my bio. Taman, I'll put a link up as well. But please do support our campaign. So tell me, like right now with family, of course, this must be after a long time that you guys are spending so much time together without you being at work. So have there been any fun activities happening with the parents?
You know, I think we just end up spending a lot of time together talking about so many different things. Like another thing I started doing is, I think it started during Navratri. I started reading a lot of scriptures with my mom, because that was something that you know, mom does a lot, but I never kind of got to doing it. But also, I don't think I can do it alone. Like, I wouldn't be able to ever like be able to understand it on my own. So I would need someone's help, and you know, who better than my mom to help me out with it. Another thing was even like cooking. Like, you know, I'm a Sindhi. I mean, we're Sindhis, right? So cooking Sindhi food, like just making like the ghar ka khana, which is like the recipes which are traditional, the recipes that only that can be, you know, like, you know, only like sent down by our parents, and they are the only ones who are going to pass it on to us. So for me, just spending that time cooking, and I didn't even know I like to cook, to be honest, before this lockdown. I was not someone who would naturally go to the kitchen. I wouldn't know where all the ingredients in my kitchen are. But like now I'm so comfortable with my own kitchen. Like, I don't know if that sounds right, but I know where everything is. I know what to make. I know how to make it. So it was quite a self discovery for me. And food is such a personal thing also, now. Like that relationship with, and then you understand what you're eating, and just being aware. I mean, health and fitness, when we like obsess over it, I think assembling your food is also a large part of it.
Correct. And there's no better knowledge than kind of the practical knowledge, and kind of doing it yourself, making your mistakes, learning from them. Have there been any disastrous kitchen stories so far? Has there been any failed attempts?
Yes, a very bad one. Now that you've mentioned it, I'll probably also about it. It was, I tried to make zucchini cupcakes.
Yeah,
and it went very badly wrong.
No.
I don't know what that zucchini cupcake was, and I put some really like the ingredients by themselves seemed really clean and good and like tasty.
Yeah.
But I was like, it was a total disaster. I was like, zucchini na sabzi hoti hai, usko kabhi nahi dalna mujhe.
No, there is a way to mask it.
Clearly,
I will sort of share that with you later. But it is okay. Don't give up hope on the bichara zucchini.
The zucchini went all the way somewhere else only.
And tell us, like, how are you staying with people, you know, how are you staying connected with people who are not obviously staying with you, your friends, you haven't met because of the lockdown?
I have been, you know, like really reaching. I also realized who are the people I really want in my life.
Yeah. That's something that has come clear in this lockdown, definitely for most people.
Yeah, like you realize like who mean what to you, because this is such a strange time.
Yeah,
never again are we going to feel this kind of. So otherwise, like, who I reach out to are my people. I know that they are people like that, you know, I really want to talk to. I really want to spend time with them, even if it means like through a camera. You know, if that's what is going to get me to reach them, I'll do that. It also kind of makes me clear of my own intentions with people I know and people in my life.
That's lovely. I mean, I think that's a good
hey,
note
so you
for
come into that, huh, by the way, because you're one of the first two people. But no, I mean, I have to tell people who are watching this live that every time I met you, you're one of the most real people I have met. And somewhere, it's not like we have interacted a lot. It's not like we've met, like we met every second day, or we've met like so many times. But I think whenever I've met you, it's just so comforting, and it's just been like even now, like the live that we're doing, none of us have planned anything, but it just feels so easy to be able to talk to you, and that's, you're just such an easygoing person, and full of energy. Huh?
I said I'm just gonna die of embarrassment on this chair.
No, but I mean it. Like, and also like, I really admire you for following something you really, really believe in. Your journey of self-discovery. I think a lot more people need to know about that, because I know of your phase of your life where you wanted to pursue acting as a career, and you after like being a part of a film background, you still went with what makes you happy and what is your inner calling. And as human beings and as people, it's so important to follow your own heart, and wherever that takes you, there's no set rule that this is what you need to do, and this is the time that you need to do it at. So your journey and whatever you've achieved till now is really commendable. And I mean, we are tasting your success every single day, because it's
that's
freaking
the sweetest
delicious.
thing anyone said. Thank you so much. I mean, shout out to my parents for being the most liberal-minded people and sort of giving me the privilege to have the choice of a career. So I do feel eternally grateful for having sort of a family and a support system, whether it's my parents, my siblings, just always sort of giving me the assurance, the guidance, and the confidence to kind of move forward in this phase of my life. So thank you so much for acknowledging that. Tell me, like, how do you feel sort of social media has kind of helped you stay connected during this time?
It's great, yeah. I mean, I'm overdosing on it, like everyone else. I'm totally overdosing. I wake up and I'm like Instagram, and I'm like sleeping and I'm like Instagram, and then I'm like in the middle of my sleep, I'm like Instagram. So, but it's fine. Like, I think it's just, you can enjoy this like this, because this is a time you can. And I know a lot of my friends who are working very hectically in this phase also of the entire situation all around the world. But hats off to them, because it's for some people, it's like the work has become intense, very very intense, more intense than usual. And for some people like me, I'm like sitting at home and doing nothing all of a sudden. But you know what, I think different people need different things at different points of time, and I think this time is giving that to those people. But the one thing that I cannot forget to talk about is just that the daily wage workers get hit by this very very badly. And I just wish there was a way to kind of give them relief. And I mean, I guess everyone's trying to do it in their own way. As individuals are reaching out the way they can. Companies are reaching out the way they can. But yeah, I think this is something that I'm very, like, it plays on my head most of the times.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of sort of incorrect things that I would say that are happening in that sort of scenario. So I really hope that soon that is resolved and there is sort of a relief for them, because they've just been through so much, and I think that itself is too much. And this is why we should all be grateful that we have homes to stay safe in. So do take gratitude for that, everybody. Tell me any favorite profiles you have been stalking lately.
Yours only, yeah. All this stuff. Baking at 6 a.m. What am I baking? Peanut butter,
fudge cake.
Fudge cake. This is my favorite. Then
thank you so much.
The coffee bean wala cake.
Yeah, thank you.
I only wish I could smell it through Instagram. That's the one thing I'm not able to do.
Yeah, I mean, it can activate all other senses, I guess, apart from smell.
Another thing that I've been really stalking is, I mean, I'm not individual profiles, but I'm just watching a lot of workout videos, because I'm eating all that cake, and then I'm like, okay, let's just work out, because I've just eaten too much.
If you were given the choice and you had access to somebody's Instagram profile, whose would you want it to be and why? And what would you do?
I hardly do anything on my own. But whose? I don't know. Like, whose could I?
Whose you could have access to, and then what would you do?
I wouldn't do anything, but I would love to access Bebo's Instagram account.
Yes.
Like, I just find it so cute. I find her posts so cute.
Yeah, I think the cutest.
Temur, and just all her posts are just so candid. Like, anything that she puts out is just so fun to watch.
Oh, I agree with you on that. That is definitely one of my cutest Instagram.
Yeah, it's just very real, just so nice and warm to kind of see.
Okay, and tell us some of the funniest comments you've read on your posts. like on your individual posts on Instagram? Anything super funny that stood out for you?
I don't know. I just end up seeing a lot of hearts. I see a lot of love yous. Will you marry me? I don't know.
Oh,
That's
nice,
funny.
nice.
I don't know. It doesn't give me any. It doesn't excite me in any way.
Okay, that's good. That's good. At least it's kind of like staying away from the negativity. Do you also find like comfort right now because you're not obviously working and you don't have that stress to kind of post every day? So do you kind of find comfort in disconnecting as well?
Oh yeah, yeah. I think I'm getting a balance of both. There are times I really want to post, and I'm posting when I really want to.
Yeah.
I'm not. There is like this when I view social media. I see there's abundance of posting. Like everyone is going a little more intense when it comes
with
to posting.
digital content. Yes,
with digital content, which is good because I'm also a consumer, and so I'm glad that that's happening. So I'm able to consume more, but I'm not taking the pressure of posting beyond a certain point because I think, I don't know, this has to be organic. Like if it's not something you feel, then it's quite pointless now. So you want to post stuff that you believe in. So for me, it's just I'm trying to just do it when I feel like.
That's good. I mean,
also I feel look good in the post.
You always do. That is like without a doubt.
Have to do something shallow, na?
No, it's okay. Like I don't think it's shallow to want to look good. It's fine. You know, it's kind of like celebrating yourself, and we don't give ourselves credit for that enough. So that's okay. I saw that you did a lot of lives with like Lou Coutinho and stuff. So tell us some of your biggest takeaways. Like, what were your biggest learnings from those lives?
Well, for me, Luke is someone who has been very instrumental in, my health in the past 1.5, 2 years. And after I discovered that I was gluten and dairy intolerant, I made very drastic lifestyle changes. I wasn't on vegetarian. I turned vegetarian. After turning vegetarian, I stopped gluten and dairy. So, a lot changed in terms of diet and food. But then what Luke helped me with was focusing more on health versus just this diet wala concept, na? Getting that. Because diet has this thing that, okay, it's meant for a time, like certain period of time that you need to
short-lived.
Yeah, because then anything that's like that is not really sustainable. Like there'll be a point of time you'll be like, listen, I can't do this anymore. So just making lifestyle changes, and that takes a while. And even now it's like there are times like I'm eating an entire cake. So clearly that is another extreme also of the spectrum. But again, coming back to what is regular, what is normal, what is sustainable, and that is something we are all going to have to do with life. You can't be doing any extreme for very long.
And I agree with you. Like, I think you have to just kind of figure out what works for you and find the most balanced way to live that lifestyle. So obviously, we are the Happiness Project. So what's keeping you happy online and offline?
What's keeping me happy? So I have now gotten a routine in this lockdown, which I was really struggling with. Sleep cycle had gone completely off. I got that back on track. So that is definitely making me really happy. Waking up fresh and awake and alert. So I wake up in the morning. So I'm waking up on time. On schedule. Like that's my achievement for the lockdown. And I started reading a book every morning when I wake up. The first thing when I wake up, I start reading a book.
Oh, nice. Lovely.
Because I figured that there's I'm not someone who naturally wants to read. So to get to doing that, I realized the moment I wake up, I have nothing in my head. So,
it's easiest to get into the flow.
Yeah. So this is making me happy, and I've just been trying to do things which I normally don't do.
Yes.
And just being able to get that going, I think that has been that's been nice for me. Like doing small things that I can't do, but I'm doing it now.
Yeah,
so lovely. I think which I would have never made time for or even thought about.
Yeah, I mean, that's great. I mean, and people listening, please do, take note. Just kind of having a strong immunity cycle starts with you sorting out your sleep cycle. I know there are a lot of people who go through phases where you don't sleep and then you sleep a lot. So try and find a balanced sleep cycle, and then find that one activity that when you wake up in the morning that cheers you up. So
what do
that
you
the
do?
rest of your day. Yeah.
What do you do in the
When I
morning?
wake up, bake.
Like immediately.
I am like, I shower and I'm down in the kitchen. Immediate. So I bake, and then I do yoga, and then I pack the orders because the delivery is later.
Right.
So, and then like I have lunch, and then my day goes on.
Approximately how long does it take for you to bake all your cakes? Approximately.
So it depends. Like the more cakes, the earlier I start. But 5 is usually my starting time, between 5 and 6. And like for Mother's Day, we had like almost 12 to 14 cakes I made. So that day, single-handedly, I mean, I woke up at 5, and it was just go from. It was working from 5 a.m. to 12 p.m. till 3:30 till the orders actually go out. So cooking is not an easy job at all, but for me it's very gratifying. I totally there's nothing else I would be doing with my life.
Okay, so tell me one thing. I have a question.
Yeah.
How much of baking do you think is a science, and how much of baking do you think is an art?
I think all in my specific niche field of vegan and gluten free, it's science. Yeah, there's no art, because if you go for art, then your cake will not bake. You have to keep it to the science, because it's vegan, gluten free, refined sugar free. You've taken out so many things already that if you leave the science behind, you're just going to be left with mush. So mine is pure science. It's purely measured. There are a lot of tried and error recipes, a lot of things that are melted in my hand, and also the prettier the cake, right? Like when it's beautiful and it has all this lovely fondant, and people have made cars or like brides and this and like everything. The prettier the cake, the more the sugar, because for all that to hold, you need sugar, right? Yeah. So and that's good, and it's a talent and an art in its own right, but it's not the kind of food I make. So I know that I'm very like, I have science that backs up my flavors, because I just want to make healthy food tasty. That's my only goal. Yeah. So it's science for sure. And then
my zucchini cupcake was a science project that I took in an artistic way, and I ruined it. So yeah, that makes sense now. I thought it was art. It was not supposed to be art.
We need to have some science.
I was like, "Ye bhi dal do, wo bhi dal do."
Okay, so we're gonna play a quick game. Okay, so you have to fill in the blank. My all-time favorite book is
The True Name.
Oh, nice. My all-time favorite movie is
The Mummy.
Oh, nice. Oh, interesting choice. If I could travel to one place post the lockdown, it would be
Hyderabad.
Oh, nice. Hyderabad. I mean, people are like Maldives and Hyderabad.
Yeah, I thought about everything, and I was like, I just want to go to work.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah, that makes sense. If all I want for quarantine is
I think I have too much. I don't have the heart to ask for anything else.
Oh, that's guys. That's very kind. Grateful guys.
I have more than I could ask for.
Yeah, that's a really lovely answer. If someone made a movie about my life, it would be titled
Miss Congeniality.
Nice.
Okay, it's a title that's taken, but I still want it.
Yeah, no worries. It can be Miss Congeniality 3, right? Because there's no third version. It's only 2, right?
That was 2. So 3, correct.
Yeah. 3. My favorite way to relax after a long day is?
I don't know. I'll just like not change my clothes. I won't get into like a night suit. I'll stay in whatever I am. I'll be like a sack of like a bag.
Yeah, nice.
Someone has to lift
a lot of people do this. Yeah. Even I don't feel like changing sometimes, so I feel you. 1 food I could eat every day is?
French fries.
Oh, yes, I feel you. Current favorite show on
I
Netflix
hope Luke is not watching this live. He'll be like, what?
It's okay.
This
It's
is
okay.
one
Balance.
hungry person
Balance.
on a live.
I read somewhere that Luke is having ice cream every day in Goa. So I'm sure French fries for you is okay.
Okay. Then he can watch this live, no problem.
Yeah. Current favorite show on Netflix is?
I was watching something called Dead to Me.
Oh yeah, that's great. I've seen it.
That's Netflix, right?
That's Netflix. Huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Good show.
I binge watched it, and it's like I was really surprised with the characterization. They both were so good, and they both were just like, I mean, I've never seen women crying in a soap look so good.
Yeah.
And like so convincing.
Yeah, and also the screenplay was fantastic.
Really fantastic. Well. Yeah, and it's a subject that could like really be not so nice, but I think they dealt with it so well.
Yeah, I agree with you. That was a good show. Even I've seen it. Okay, so would you rather, Instagram or WhatsApp?
WhatsApp.
Twitter life or private life?
Twitter life.
Then troll
pick
a
up,
troller.
Let's see who's calling for that.
Troll a troller or ignore a troller?
Sorry, what? Troller? What?
Troll a troller or ignore the troller?
I'll troll because I don't know how to troll. Such a practice, thoda.
Okay, nice. Would you rather have a dog with a cat's personality or a cat with a dog's personality?
I'd like a dog with a dog's personality.
Okay.
Or a human with a dog's personality.
That's also nice. Much more cuter. And between yoga or weightlifting?
So actually, that's something I've done with my life in general. Is I've made both a very, very essential part of my training. I feel like both complement each other. But I think yoga is something I would never give up. Like whether I do weightlifting or not, I know they work very well if you do it in a combination.
Yeah.
But I would, if I had to give up one, then I would stick with doing yoga. For good.
Okay. And Academy Award or Filmfare?
No awards, yeah. Awards se kuch nahi hota. It's all bull.
Okay.
Awards, or you should just like make good films. You should like your audience.
Good content. Focus on the content.
Yeah, focus on the content. I mean, I've been really like, especially in the South, I've seen some really loyal fan following, and I think that is way bigger than any award I could anyway get. So no award.
That's good. Tell me, so now to bring it like to a close, what are the main learnings you have gained through this period that we are in, this quarantine, primarily to stay happy? Like, what's your biggest learning, that you've had? Anything you want to share with everybody?
I just feel like there is a pressure on everyone to do something, whether it's this quarantine period or whether we were not in this. Now, what I take as a learning in my life is that I don't want to feel the pressure. I want to make decisions based on the merit of what I really want in my life versus getting pressurized, because I feel like there is an actual pressure. Like people want to, there's a constant listen to as to what are you doing now, how are you using this time, like kya farak padta hai? Like, like if you are using this time, great. If you're not using this time, maybe
also great.
It's also good. So I feel like that's one, I want to do things because I want to do them versus karna hai.
So I think like the biggest learning for everybody watching is that stop taking pressure. Do as your heart tells you and what you feel like doing. Let your happiness be dictated on your own terms rather than what everybody expects of you. Because that's truly where you'll find where you belong, your own happiness, and what's keeping you happy. I mean, I know how this feels because currently, I've taken a break from work, so I know how I just need a time like to recharge, because I was just go every day and I didn't get a break. So I decided I want to take a break this week, so that again when I get back to it, I'm again cooking from a space of happy. I don't like cooking when I'm not in a space of happy. So I totally agree with this. And just before we leave, everybody please contribute to our campaign in support of Yoda. We are all animal lovers and we need to help them before the monsoon season strikes.